Welcome to another weekly stock market update. Today is September 7, 2019. As you can see on this weekly chart of the S&P 500, the first week of September, the S&P 500 took out the August range. You see on this daily chart here, see that on Thursday it gapped up and then on Friday it put in a little bit of an inside day and seems to be consolidating up here. And if we take a look at the 60-minute chart here, you can see this gap up, booked to this 2939 upper range here on Thursday. And we're basically looking at this little bit of a consolidation area here, this balance area. And in the near term, we'll be looking to see would it be able to break above this balance area. And if it does, then we're basically looking for this August high to get possibly get tagged. And if it breaks down, then we're basically looking for the S&P 500 to work itself back down to this 2939 and possibly for a back test. Then again, just a reminder from my last weekly stock market video, we spoke about three possible scenarios. Right now, there's two remain to be in play. The one that is eliminated is the one that was basically come down from the August close toward the 2834. So you can see we got a bounce up here, and right now it broke out of this 2939. So that scenario is no longer valid. So the other two remaining scenarios that could be in play is the one that it break above this 2939, then come back and back test this level here. And one of the scenarios that it failed to get back above the 2939 and then it work itself down to this 2834. Then the other one is essentially, break above and then come back and back test the 2939 and successfully break out again above these 2939. Then we're basically looking for this August high to get tagged and then possibly a new all-time high. So those are the two remaining scenarios that we'll be keeping an eye on for the month of September. If we take a look at the emini S&P 500 future ES, we see that on Thursday and Friday, it kind of set up a little bit of acceptance up here. So essentially putting in a balance area. So again, similar to the S&P 500, where it breaks, basically I'm looking for the possibility of a breakout above. If that is the case, then basically looking for a 30.14 and a quarter. That is the August high, and then possibly work itself up to the all-time high of 3,029 and a half. But if it breaks down, then basically you're looking for this thing to work itself back down to 2944 and back test that to see would it be able to break above the 2944 and work itself back up to the August high, or it failed to get back above the 2944, then it work itself toward back to the August lower range at 2817 and 3/4. Right. So basically, if we are looking for some trade idea, I essentially looking for the possibility of breaking out of this balance area. So let me put in the price level that somewhere around these area. And if I do a little bit of a major move out of this balance area, and I do if it breaks down on a 1x, it will bring it down to 2958. And then on 2x, it brings it down close to this 2944. It will bring it down to 2943.75. So those are the area that I'd be watching on the downside. And once it get down near this 2944, I'll be watching for the outcome of that back test and then see which one of the remaining two scenario is put in play. Right? And on the upside, essentially we're looking at the possibility of breaking above, and the 1x would bring it up to the 3001, and 2x will pretty much put it into the August high somewhere around that 3011. Okay? So that is for the ES. Now, if we take a look at the NQ, the E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures, same thing similarly to the ES and S&P 500, basically balancing up here that last Thursday and Friday. And if we see a breakout above that, then I'll be looking at the August high of 8,014 and a half, and possibly the all-time high up at 8,051 and three quarter. But if it breaks down, then I'm basically looking for a pullback to the 77.82 and a quarter for a back test, and then look for the outcome of this back test to see which one of the two scenario will be in play. Would it be the one that come down, fail to get back above the 77.82 and a quarter, then work itself back down to the 73.88 and a quarter, or the one that will come back up to the 77.82 and a quarter and then work back toward the August high and possibly into the all-time high area somewhere around 80.51 and three quarter. Here are some of the levels that I will be watching for the NQ. Going to put in here somewhere around 78.86 and three quarter and somewhere around 78.38.75. Now I put a major move here. Let me zoom this out. So if it's going to break on the downside, we're essentially looking for 1x at 77.89 and three quarters. So that brings it pretty close to this pullback level, 77.82 and a quarter. And on the 2x, then it will be back into the range here at 77.41 and a quarter. And if we look at on the upside, here we see 1x will be 79.36 and a quarter and somewhere around 79.85 at 2x, which would be getting close to the August high of 80.14 and a half. For the SPY, same thing. Essentially, is a little bit of a replica of the ES. And you see this balance area, this acceptance here got some pretty high volume zone on the volume profile. So essentially looking for a break above this balance area, then be looking at the August high of somewhere around 300.87 and toward the all-time high of 302.23. A breakdown, then we're basically looking for a pullback to the 294.22 for the back test. And again, basically the scenario that we're looking at or watching for is the dip below the 294, unable to get back and hold above the 294. Then look for a pullback down to the lower range at 282.79. But if it could get back above the 294.22, then we're basically looking for it to make its move back toward the 300.87 and possibly into the new all-time high area around 302.23. Here, the price level that I will be watching for the near term for possible trade is somewhere around these highs and low in this balance area. And if I do a major move, and we'll get somewhere around a 1x at 296.01 and 2x brings it down to 294.6. So that will be close to the 294.22 for that back test. Then for the upside, if it break above this balance area and move above the 298.83, then be looking at somewhere around the 1x at 300.20, and the 2x will get close to the all-time high somewhere around 301.59. Okay, here's the QQQ, and similarly to the SPY and the S&P, the NQ, they all basically is balancing up here. And if it break above this balance area, then we're basically looking for the August high and the all-time high level to possibly get tagged. And if it breaks down from this balance area, then be looking for this 189.68 to pull back to that level for a possible back test. And if it failed that back test, then look for a possible move down to the 181.64. But if it passed this test and break back above the 189.68, then be looking for a possible move back up to the August high and possibly into the all-time high area. And here are the levels for setting up some possible near-term major move. And so if we are looking at the downside, so if we take this, then 1x is essentially bring it close to this 189.68. It brings it down to 190.02, and 2x is pretty much into this zone here, this 188.86. And for the upside, if we take a look on the potential upside, if it break above the balance zone, the 1x will be 193.49, and the 2x will bring it back up pretty close to this 194.96, the August high. Essentially puts it up at 194.65. So those are some of the trade parameters and level to watch for the coming weeks. The market is still very news driven, especially on any news or tweet related to the US and China trade war. So be careful and make sure to manage your risks. If you like the contents in this video, click the thumbs up to give it a like and click the subscribe to support this channel. Really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching and good luck on your trading.